We are moving steadfast into the emancipation and independence celebrations right off the heels of a glorious 10 medals at the recent World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, as we continue to create history. Welcome to another Thursday edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. In today's show, we look at a symbol of pride that has carried the nation. Plus, from the parish with the fastest man in the world, Usain Bolt, we journey round the bend. We wrap things up by honoring the heart of a legend who is still crossing highways with his legacy in arts and music. We'll be right back after the news. Stay with us.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, July 28, 2022. The House of Representatives has approved the Electricity Net Billing Regulations 2022 to provide opportunities for fuel diversification and renewable energy sources. The bill is crafted to support a modern and environmentally sustainable energy sector that is affordable and accessible to all Jamaicans. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Darrell Vaz says the regulations have come at a time when global events are forcing the need for energy diversification. He adds that there has been a steady movement towards the development of renewable energy sources since the launch of the National Energy Policy 2019 to 2030.
This steady progression has seen the movement of the target for renewable energy shifting from 20% to the current 50% in order to reduce our dependence on fossil fuel.
The policy's aim is to transform Jamaica's energy sector from an overdependence on petroleum and reduce customer prices. Of the 685 calls made to Crime Stop in 2021, 28% were in relation to illegal firearms and ammunition. This is contained in the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ's 2021 Economic and Social Survey. The analysis shows that most calls were in relation to gunmen, wanted persons, drug-related, lottery scamming, and murder. The report further reveals that of 67 arrests made, most were for illegal possession of firearm, followed by illegal possession of drugs, breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act, and murder. Other notable successes for the program in 2021 are the seizure of 36 illegal firearms, 582 rounds of ammunition, and narcotics valuing approximately $12.7 million. Since the inception of Crime Stop, over 23,000 tips have been investigated. This has led to the arrest of more than 2,700 persons, the seizure of narcotics valuing more than $865 million, and the recovery of property valuing approximately $265.4 million. Plans are advanced to acquire 50 additional trucks for the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA. This was disclosed by Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie, during his address at a recent town hall meeting in Port Maria. He says the additional units should enable the NSWMA to significantly improve garbage collection services island-wide.
You will see over the next couple of weeks works taking place across the country to deal with the issue and to give the country a different look, a different feel.
However, the minister stressed that while solid waste collection was the NSWMA's duty, Jamaicans also had a responsibility to dispose of their garbage responsibly. He indicated that government continued to explore the prospect of divesting garbage collection services. The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, is continuing watershed restoration works in collaboration with the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, as it aims to finalize Jamaica's watershed policy by year-end. Director of the Planning, Projects, Monitoring and Evaluation Division at NEPA, Ainsworth Carroll, gave an update recently. He was addressing the recent launch of the climate change project dubbed A Jamaican Path from Hills to Ocean.
This policy defines an integrated water resources management approach, and critical also in this policy is a framework which will continue to build out the interventions necessary for watershed areas management model, WAM, and the full development of the payment for ecosystem services mechanism.
Mr. Carroll also outlined results from previous watershed restoration projects as he endorsed the new climate change initiative.
This project intervention will enhance previous interventions undertaken in the Yalas and Hope River Watershed Management Areas projects, where we trained over 400 farmers and rehabilitated over 500 hectares of degraded lands.
And finally, approximately 30,000 spectators are expected to attend this year's Grand Gala inside the National Stadium. The August 6 cultural showcase, slated to begin at 6 p.m., will feature presentations in music, drama, song, and dance by costumed and uniformed groups alongside popular local artists. Members of the public who wish to attend Grand Gala may get their tickets at Sangster's bookstore locations in Crossroads, Spring Plaza, Portmore Pines, and Montego Bay, as well as WorldNet microfinancing branches and Jamaica Cultural Development Commission JCDC offices island-wide. Tickets will also be distributed at the Jamaica 60 Independence Village inside the National Stadium, with other locations to be announced.
Those who are not able to get tickets, it will be live on television, it will be live on the electronic boards across the island, and we will be streaming right across the world.
The Culture Minister gave the update during a statement to the House of Representatives on Tuesday. She says that in addition to the fireworks display, there will be a spectacular drone show, which will also be a feature at the Western Gala on August 7.
We're going to have a flyover by a friendly country, and we're going to have paratroopers from Guyana participating in the event as well.
Jamaica 60 celebrations on Independence Day will be held across the island and will include flag-raising ceremonies, sports festival, mini gala, gospel concerts, street dances, among other activities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican.
Jamaica comes alive as we celebrate 60 years of independence, our Diamond Jubilee. All year long, join in the celebratory events, showcasing impactful legacy projects, entertainment and exciting commemorative events. Resilient and brave, industrious. Yes, we are Jamaicans. Jamaica 60, reigniting a nation for greatness.
Them here Jamaican chat, them say Jamaican.
There is no nation without its people, and being a Jamaican means we all carry a piece of the island in our hearts. Let's take a look at how one piece of our heritage has captured our identity.
Moving away from the British monarchy and into self-governance, Jamaica needed to establish its own identity. And in doing so, national emblems and symbols were created that represent our history, values, goals, and who we are as a people. Among them was the arms of Jamaica, sometimes referred to as the coat of arms. There are 8 elements to this majestic symbol: the crest, supporter, shield, helmet, torse, mantling, motto, and the design. Each represent an important part of our journey as a country. Take, for example, the shield. The red cross on the white background represents the flag of England, a nod to the fact we were once under British rule. And while the pineapples, which were imported to the island, bear no relation to our indigenous fruits, 5 golden pineapples were added to give a royal or stately look. The shield is the premier component of any arms and usually appears in the center of the assemblage. Another portrayal of Jamaica's British colonial period is a helmet and mantle. They represent the royal helmet of the British monarchy and bear similar design to the royal coat of arms. Their relevance today may lie in the fact Jamaica still pledges allegiance to the Queen of England. The tenacity and strength of the people is depicted in the crocodile, a fearless spirit not deterred by obstacles, a fight to the end for progress. Referred to as the crest, the crocodile takes its place on top of the arms of Jamaica, resting on what's called the torse. The symbol of the crocodile is used by the Jamaica Defense Force as its premier cap badge, and the Bank of Jamaica also uses a crocodile as the keeper of the keys to its vault and guardian to the country's finances. One of the indigenous features of the arms takes the form of two of its outer components, tainas. The female taina takes her place on the right while her male counterpart appears on the left. Together they are the supporter and believed to be the first settlers of Jamaica, migrating from South America somewhere around 700 to 1000 AD. Taina were short and muscular and wore little clothes. Today, some of their practices and cultures are still in use in Jamaica. And as other nations began to settle on the island, we became a country of mixed race, which led us to accept our revised motto, out of many, one people. The arms of Jamaica is one of the oldest national arms in the world. In fact, we were the first British colony to receive our own. It was granted under the Royal Warrant on February 3, 1661. The arms was originally designed by William Sandcroft, who then became the Archbishop of Canterbury in 1677. There has been 3 documented changes to the arms of Jamaica in 1692, 1957, and 1962. Today, the arms of Jamaica appears on every denomination of local currency, on the passport of all citizens, and all other national documents. It is a stamp, an authentication of who we are as a people, and the final seal of governmental approval.
The wait is over. After a 2-year hiatus, the Denbigh Agricultural, Industrial and Food Show is back. The 68th staging is set to begin on July 23 at the Denbigh Showground in Maypen, Clarendon, under the theme, Grow Smart, Eat Smart.
We want energy. We want excitement. We want us to be aggressively moving.
This year's show returns with Villages for Youth in Agriculture, Children, Health and Wellness Village, along with livestock and agricultural and horticultural displays and much more. Festivities commence on Saturday, July 23 with a Farmers Run Walk in Clarendon. The National Farm Queen Coronation and youth activities are set for Saturday, July 30. Sunday, July 31 begins a High Pro Denbigh Gospel Extravaganza for patrons. For the finale on Monday, August 1, the event will culminate with a showcase of Jamaica's culture.
Denbigh 68 will be a great event. It will be entertaining. It will be exciting.
Gates open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Admission $1,200 for adults and $600 for children. Tickets will be available at the gate.
Picture yourself on the waters of the Martha Brae, rafting all your troubles away. Nice, not true? In this next feature, we want you to experience the richness of this river and the unforgettable parish it calls home.
In Trelawny, there's a little of this and a little of that. So all you have to do is come discover and experience. Okay. Rafting on the Martha Brae River is part of the offerings here in Trelawny. So when next you're in the parish, come on down. Captain JK, take it away.
Yeah, man. No lele. We don't play. This is how we stay. Everything gotta be okay.
High five.
Blessed. Yeah, man.
So how long you have been doing this for?
I've been doing this over 2 decades now.
Oh, 20 years.
So I know this stuff quite well, you know?
Okay.
But actually we're on the rapids now, you know?
Wait, stop. We can't end this moment so soon. No, sir. Hold this frame for a little while till we go check out some other places and come back.
Welcome to Falmouth All-Age School, once the home of Fort Belcaris. This fort was built in 1811. It was built to protect the harbour and the town of Falmouth. Falmouth in those days was a boom town, boomy, it had a lot of money, and so persons would like to come in and plunder, so this was built. Soldiers were housed in the building at the back, and they were the ones who were manning the fort.
And this is where the armory was stored.
Now, in later years, the fort was used no more, and so in 1902, it became the Falmouth All-Age School.
Now check out this almond tree. It is said to have been around before or from the days of Fort Belcaris, which means it is well over 200 years.
This mill behind me here is a relic of the slave plantation and of the sugar production when sugar was king in the 18th century. It is part of a large estate called Holland Estate. The thing about it is, this property no longer belongs to a slave holder, no longer belongs to a sugar plantation, but is actually the site of William Knibb Memorial High School, named after the famous emancipator, William Knibb. It is quite ironic that in a place where slavery thrived and our forefathers suffered, now sits an institution of learning for the descendants of those very same slaves. Ironic, isn't it?
It's all about the nightlife here in Trelawny as well, where you can experience the colorful transformation of the glistening waters luminous lagoon. To capture this part of my tour, I had to start the night before.
We do nightly boat rides. You can come on down and see the flashes of light once the water is being disturbed. We are the only natural night attraction in Jamaica, and it is also known as the world's famous luminous lagoon.
We had a magical experience tonight. It was a great time. Highly recommend it. We'll definitely be back.
Nothing like it in the world. I've never seen anything like this. So awesome time.
Glistening waters to the world.
You see why you have to come to Trelawny? And if bargain is what you want, then Bend Down is the place to be. What go on, my friend? Alright, tell me, what's so popular about Bend Down?
Bend Down, everybody can come here so can get cheap goods, cheap clothes, everything.
Oh, so how you get the name Bend Down?
People from all over Ireland, you know, just come here so they just throw down their things anywhere and sell.
Oh, and people used to have to just bend down and
people
pick up
just
the
bend
stuff
down
and
and
things
take up
there.
anything.
Alright, so I'm here for some bargain, so maybe I should bend down and pick up mine. Bargain for real. $100, another 100, another 100, 300, and I'm going for more. Alright, thanks. Alright, thanks here.
I like my Paris Trelawny because the water is so cool, it's been cool and nice. And I like the environment is so clean and the new market is so amazing. That's why I love my Paris Trelawny. Big up Trelawny.
Here's more about this parish.
It's all about peace and tranquility, ambience and relaxation, you know. Yeah, man. Bless up.
After a long day exploring Trelawny, this is the perfect end. Just relaxing on the Martha Gray River. Until next time, when I catch you around the bend. Later.
Was chocolate milk invented in Jamaica? Well, history has it that the first use of the term milk chocolate was for a beverage brought to London from Jamaica in 1687. The vehicle was one Sir Hans Sloane, physician to the governor of Jamaica. The story is that he was introduced to chocolate tea by slaves whom he saw drinking it. They told him that it was more delicious with milk and that the chocolate tea was also good for health. Sloane went back to England and produced milk chocolate, which later became Cadbury's. But it was not until the Swiss inventor Daniel Peter successfully combined cocoa and condensed milk in 1875 that the commercial milk chocolate bar was invented. Celebrating Jamaica 60 with pieces of our history.
Up next, we see the heart of a Jamaican painted on a canvas that lives forever.
Cecil Cooper's life tells a story of how one man's canvases display a mastery of realism, aptly capture the Jamaican spirit, and represent the intricacies of our blackness. His life also tells the story of how a Jamaican educator's art has inspired students to develop and pursue their craft. Even in death, his art lives on. So too his desire to see young Jamaican artists fulfill their dreams. This through the launch of the Cecil Cooper Foundation Scholarship.
One of the things he mentioned very often is that he would love to have some kind of scholarship in place, something in place, so that the students could continue to benefit from that. And that, in a sense, is the thread, the germ of the idea for the scholarship fund that we are establishing in Cecil's name.
While June 17 marks the birthday of the late Cecil Cooper, the day also saw some of the big names in the Jamaican creative sector coming together to celebrate the launch of the foundation.
I am delighted to be here this evening as we celebrate the life and work of Cecil Cooper, our great Jamaican icon who excelled in the field of art, music, and art education. The launch of the Cecil Cooper Foundation and inaugural Cecil Cooper Scholarship exhibition this evening on Cecil's birthday is of great significance to his family, friends, and indeed to art lovers in Jamaica.
At the evening's inaugural scholarship exhibition, 70 pieces of Cecil's work were on display, with part proceeds from sales expected to go towards scholarship and bursaries for students at the Edna Manley College of the Visual and Performing Arts. One final year student has already been awarded a full scholarship to pursue art, while 4 to 6 first-year students will benefit from bursaries through the foundation for the upcoming academic year.
Events like these and efforts such as what we are doing now in launching this foundation and creating the opportunity for young people to get formal exposure to the arts through full scholarships. It's a good start.
The foundation will indeed create a legacy, establishing a trust fund while also holding exhibitions annually to display the works of beneficiaries, as well as Cecil's colleagues and former students. And even as the health industry remains a critical part of our nation, and because Cecil's battle with cancer came to an unfortunate end,
and the leadership of the foundation has decided that the foundation will also aid in the field of health and wellness.
to sweeten the deal, Culture Minister Olivia Grange says her ministry is committing to provide funding for a scholarship in music to one student at the institution.
So we are making sure that we cover music, painting as a visual arts, but also sculpting and so much more. Artist management is a critical area, and we understand that we have to ensure we build art in Jamaica and culture. Yes, Babsy.
And educators at the Edna Manley College are lauding the government's response to ensuring that they continue to build and develop the art industry in Jamaica.
This evening, having this gathering and the inaugural foundation setting the tone with the Prime Minister's contribution, with the Minister of Culture's contribution, we are elated.
It tells me that the college, Edna Manley College of Visual and Performing Art, that they continue to rise and respond to issues in the Jamaican and the Caribbean society, and that we are making an impact.
It is just a tantamount experience of having a scholarship for the incoming generation of artists, a kind of retrospective view on art as it existed back then, and to have this wonderful piece of creation that's behind me that happens to be my favorite.
And so my final duty for tonight is to announce virtually the unveiling of Arabesque.
They did an unveiling, right? It's called Arabesque. I'm a dancer, and that is actually a position in dance. What I love about it, the colors and how it speaks to you. So for me, I actually see movement in it. When I look at it, I feel like...
And so, as the work of Cecil Cooper continues to inspire and change lives for the new generation of artists, we too have a part to play as Jamaicans.
A survey has been done, believe it or not, by the Ministry of Tourism. And the survey shows that people come to Jamaica for our art, food, and people. That's a fact. Let us help these young people, especially our boys, who would prefer to take up a paintbrush.
It is incumbent upon us as people with some of the highest creativity quotients in the whole world to be preserving and protecting the assets that we have that are cultural and artistic assets such as the visual arts, such as the performing arts.
One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. As you gear up to celebrate our rich history in the next few days, we want you to remember that we are truly out of many one people. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. We want to hear from you, so be sure to send us an email at jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.